My college sorority is different. Only half the members are human. Manhunter and the Punisher. The rest of the night consisted in Bast initiating me and Jenny in the sisterhood, aka licking our forehead, and a lot of talking to get to know better my new sisters. Bast's licks are supposed to enhance your magical energy. A dark blonde-haired girl, looking fairly young but heroic, brought me a cup of punch. Her voice was soft, like a choir of angels. At least, it works wonders for most. I don't think I have magical energy, I replied, accepting the drink. My grandmother taught me how to see auras, that's all. Everyone has a magical energy, Sam, she replied with a serious face. Deep down, every woman is a witch in potential. Training and a favorable lineage are usually required, but some are natural-born talents. Don't mind her holier-than-thou demeanor, Samantha, the long-gloved girl interfered. I noticed how pretty she was, with big hazel eyes and light brown skin. She's literally holier-than-thou. Would you believe you're in front of Jeanne d'Arc? One of the few names you can say around here without waking up the beasts that roam between the fabrics of reality. Her voice crescended and oscillated in all the right symbols, like she was telling a kid an eerie story, but I felt no lie from her. Holier than thou? Jeanne frowned. Your uncle is literally Jesus. Is everyone here famous or a relative of one? I asked, and the two of them laughed with a note of endearment. Oh, darling, far from it. Half the lovely girls you see here are long-forgotten legends, the result of humans pursuing things beyond their understanding, or from families that decided to breed with other things, Multiplier explained. You're moving to the sorority mansion, right? Twins joined us and asked me. I nodded. I'll accompany you to get your things. You must be excited to get rid of your noisy neighbors. I asked her how she knew about it, but she simply smiled. We walked together in silence for a while. Then she finally replied, I know a lot of things, and we obviously do our homework when recruiting to, one could say, our coven. I see, I simply said. The streets of the campus were empty and quiet, which didn't seem to bother Twins. In fact, she was more at ease than before. Will I ever know your name? I asked after a while. All in due time. I promise you'll learn a lot of names soon. Twins waited downstairs while I grabbed my stuff. I didn't bring a lot, since my parents live only 2 hours away from campus, and I planned on staying with them a lot. Maybe that would change now. In around 15 minutes, I was ready to leave. We walked back, the streets still silent. Isn't it weird that the campus isn't lively at 1 a.m.? I asked. Well, this used to be one of the worst universities to be a woman in the country, Twins explained. It all changed when we made our base here, but girls are still cautious, and guys, they know better than risking. She didn't say risking what. When we came back home, one of the girls I still didn't talk with immediately ran in our direction. You smell in danger. Come with me. I followed her upstairs, with Twins right behind us. The petite girl had short dark hair like a diva from the 1920s and carried herself elegantly despite being in distress. She introduced herself as Florence, then made me open all my bags. Florence can smell when women nearby are having problems. Twins limited herself to explaining it, but I detected a slightly motherly tone, like she considered Florence less powerful than her, someone in need of her protection. Considering the usual source of the problems, we call her Manhunter. Florence unceremoniously rummaged through my stuff until she found a fanny pack. Here, this smells in danger. When and where did you last use it? Never? Sorry, Florence, but I wouldn't be caught dead wearing a fanny pack, I replied, a little shocked. My roommate probably put it in my stuff by accident. Do you know where she went with this? She's in trouble. Or at least she was. Now it could be too late. Her words were ominous, but her tone was very matter-of-factly. Maybe she texted me something, I replied nervously. Being in trouble isn't like her. As I said before, Paula is unremarkable, easygoing, but sort of boring. I like it about her because people who are emotional roller coasters make me tired. I haven't checked my phone since I came for the sorority ceremony. Paula's texts became more and more worrisome. 9:29 p.m. When you coming home? 10:01 p.m. Can you call me and fake an emergency? 10:34 p.m. I'm in our bathroom and some guy I met at the game refuses to leave if I don't drink with him. 11:02 p.m. Bathroom again. He knows I'm suspicious, but I have no one to help me. We left the campus. Call the police, please. 11:58 p.m. Help. Trembling, I showed Florence the phone. Twins read it with her, her frown growing. Flo, grab Kathy. I'll hunt with you tonight. What do I do? I asked in tears. Stay here and be ready to comfort your friend, Florence replied, hurriedly leaving her room. And explain Gian the situation, Twins added, producing out of thin air the same cloak she was wearing earlier and putting it on. Let's hope her healing powers will be enough. After the three of them left, I did as instructed and went looking for Gian. She was perfectly nice and attentive, promised to help me as soon as the others came back, and helped me accommodate my things in my new bedroom. I hope you like lots of natural light. Most girls here don't, so you get a big room. She smiled in a way that calmed me down. What is a saint doing in our time? I asked bluntly. She laughed, with sad eyes. A saint? I wouldn't say so. I couldn't save a lot of people, so I keep asking to return and save some more. She waited by my side the whole night, knowing that I would be unable to sleep. Gian told me tales of her original time and of her other lives, and I truly wish I could enjoy them more, but I was so worried about Paula. I saw the first rays of sunlight before my sorority sisters came back. I ran down the stairs as I heard the faint creak of the front door, but Twins yelled, "Not now, Samantha. Go back to your room, please. You're too new for this." I caught a glimpse of her carrying 3 human figures over her shoulder like it was nothing, and I swear, in that moment, she had extra limbs. But I closed my eyes and turned back, obeying her. Flo and the girl I hadn't met yet, Kathy, climbed the stairs right behind me, carefully carrying Paula. No matter how worried I was, it was impossible not to take a good look at Kathy. She had a round face with chubby cheeks and smart eyes, and her forehead, nose, and chin seemed to be carved in marble. To sum up, she looked like a Renaissance beauty. I soon let go of this thought as I saw Paula's bloodied face, her perfectly straight nose smashed like a little ball of paper. I then noticed her body had purple bruises all over, and all her 10 fingers seemed to be either dislocated or broken. We arrived before the worst could happen, Flo explained, and I sighed in relief. This girl put up an amazing fight against 3 grown men. So what did you do? I asked in awe, guiding them to my room. They gently laid Paula on my bed, and Gian immediately started a prayer. It was a joint effort, Kathy explained, holding an empty flask with a victorious look on her face. Flo found them, I immobilized them, Twins carried them. How did you immobilize 3 men? I asked, mesmerized by her. It was the first time I remember thinking how fun it would be to slowly learn their secrets. Let's say my mother had a good reason to name me Catherine, and my sisters to call me the Punisher, she replied, and left the room with a mischievous smile. Flo and I watched in silence as Gian's prayer slowly took the form of a silvery fluid that involved Paula's body and started putting her nose back in place. Gian's own nose started to bleed, and she just clenched her fist and continued chanting. Gian has to sacrifice her own health in order to heal someone, Florence explained in a whisper. That's why we never let her revive anyone, but she probably could. She's so selfless, I remarked, impressed. Paula's bruises started fading, and copies of them immediately appeared on Gian's skin. She audibly clenched her teeth, but never stopped praying. Yeah, she's the best of us, by far. Her tone implied something dark. I'll get you a spare bed so you can rest a bit, okay? Oh, thank you. And Sam, don't make plans for tonight. You're in for a treat.